Hi guys, hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing fine. On my side I am doing fine, and everything is going on fine in the village, guys. And if you are new in my channel, I am the countryside jewel. I do village lifestyle in Kenya, Africa, in Embu County, one of the villages in Embu County. And I am a village girl. I used to stay in the city and I relocated in the village to start a self-sufficiency life in the village. And life has been good and smooth compared to the city because guys, in the village most of the things you don't buy, you get them direct from your garden or farm. So, and guys, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, guys, what are you waiting for? Kindly guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and after watching my videos, give them a like, and if you have a comment, you can comment down below. So guys, today I decided to do a video of uh, uh, at least addressing, or what can I call it, sharing with you guys the few tips you need for your survival in the village. Like for me, the tips that have worked for me for my survival in the village, but for me it has not been hard because I am born and raised in the village. I just went to the city after high school. So I'm born and raised in the village, so I'm used to the village. So it is not hard for me compared to someone who has been raised in the city. So guys, the few tactics you need for your survival in the village, like for me, one of them, it has been how to socialize with people. In the city, people always mind their own business. There is no one minding anyone's else business. You just survive on your own. But in the village, guys, you have to mingle with people and join them so that you can survive well, because you'll need people in one way or the other. And another thing and another tip is just finding joy in the simplest things. Like for me, I find joy in farming. I find joy in just walking around the village and talking to everyone, because for me, I'm that person who always, what will I say it, I take everyone health seriously, and just the way I like someone to, how will I call it, to, what will I call it, guys, like you live with people just the way you like them to live with you, guys. And another thing, guys, which has helped me to stay in the village is, like, for me, anytime the gas duplicates, I use firewood. And it's not, people think that using firewood is a form of lacking, but for me, I always find it faster. I use firewood. I don't have a outside kitchen yet, but I use the 3 stones that I've placed in the backyard. So for me, that has really helped me a lot to survive in the village, because I know if I have put the standards here in the village, you will not survive. You will not survive. You just find joy in the simplest things available in the village. But for me, it is not hard, because in our village, like everything you find in the city, it is here. I have never seen anything that I used to see in the city that is not here. So it is much simpler. But for someone who is relocating in the interiors of the village, it is much harder. But you just find joy in the simplest things available and know how to live with people. You have to live with people well for your survival in the village. You have to socialize with them. It was hard for me because I'm an introvert. I would say that I'm an introvert. It is when you are an introvert, it is hard for you to survive with people. But I've been learning a lot, and then mingling with them at church, at the local chamasi in the village. You know, you have to join them, and anything that is social, you have to be there, the fellowship. So guys, here in the village, life is very, very simple when you know how to live here. And sometimes when you feel like you need some therapy, for me, I go to my garden and walk around. And I think walking around the garden makes me feel very, very good because it is my work. And it is something I've done with all my heart, and I've put a lot of energy there. So I never sit down and miss the city things. So like, but for me, I'm someone who adjusts to something very easily. You know, even if I come from here and go to Busia, I'll adjust. Even if I go to Tanzania, I'll adjust. Even if I go to Uganda or America, I'll just adjust to the life there and how people live there. And that is my daughter distracting me because she loves the camera. Come and say hi. Eh. What is your name?
My name is Bella.
Eh?
Please subscribe and like and comment and share.
Okay. She loves the camera a lot. I know she was passing just behind me to make sure that I introduce her to the camera. That is how kids behave. And her friends are here so that they can go playing to play. So guys, those are the some few tips you need to survive in the village. You have to mingle with people. Mingling with people, I think it was my biggest worry. That was my big. How will I mingle with people? I know how they live, like that, this and this. But with time, I'm getting used, and life is becoming much sweeter and easier. And at least I feel so good and better compared to when the first month of relocating, I used to stay in my house and watch just like that. So I never make good with the first month when I first relocated, I never make good with people. I used to stay alone, and it was boring. And sometimes you do miss the city because in the city I had some friends who we used to talk, mingle, laugh. So you have to find new friends here in the village. And guys, guys, sometimes when I'm bored, I told you guys I do go to the garden and have some time there, watch the vegetables, how they are growing, how they are doing. And that is a tip that at least makes my life in the village better and smooth. And I really like it. For my new subscribers, those are potatoes. I planted them just the other day and they have already started growing. And for the potatoes, when you plant them, you do mulching. It is better if you do mulching, they'll grow uh, very well. And I've used my leaves, the banana leaves, which are no longer in use. And that is a tomato. I noticed that there was a banana which was ready for consumption in the garden. Then I decided to harvest it. It was a bit taller than me. It was so high. I even tempered with the banana, trying to harvest it. But at long last, I harvested the banana. It was very hectic harvesting it. So this one is not good for consumption. When it is ripe, it is good for consumption. Here's matoke when it is raw. So I harvested it, and today we are going to have some matoke for supper. And that is how the banana looks like. It looks very beautiful. I like that. And this avocado tree is still producing some small avocados and I think we are going to have avocados for the longest period in the village because I have some which are mature and they a lot have been consuming them and then I decided to cook my soap porridge preparing the solution. So today I decided to prepare some so I'll have some in the evening or when I'm tired after doing my work. And that is how you pour the solution, then you stir it till it is even. That's how I cook the soap porridge. Right now it is so and very tasty. And for me, I do add some sugar in my porridge. I love good things. Who doesn't love good things? So I add some sugar for taste. Then continue stirring until I'm assured it is well cooked for consumption. And for me, I do embrace the traditional foods which are cooked in our village. At least they make someone feel at home. For me, I do embrace them like the mokimo, matoke, the soap porridge, and umas. I embrace them a lot and I do take them a lot. So guys, I decided to dig a furrow around there because water has been eroding some soil whenever it rains. So I needed some furrow there for my survival because if I don't make that furrow, all my soil will be eroded by the rains. And that is the spot where I've noticed water is coming from my neighbor there and eroding my soil. So to make sure that I'm safe, I have to make that furrow and direct the water to an avocado tree which is still growing and another tree there. At least now will be safe and my soil will be retained at my home. You know, guys, in the village, you don't go around quarreling with neighbors. Why? You know, the terrain of Mount Kenya is like some mountains. So when water erodes in your area, you just make some furrow, directing the water into your plants. Like if I had some bananas around there, I'll direct the water to my bananas. And for me, I'm just going to direct the water to an avocado tree there. And I think that is just a temporary furrow for now as we check on how we can do with the water. I showed you guys in the last video how water is doing here in the village. Whenever it rains heavily, we are suffering. And those bananas which were removed from that area, I think some were left and they had started growing, so I decided to remove them because I don't want any other banana around there. Because of my safety in the backyard, I need a clear place and area for working. You know, in the backyard, that is the place you use mostly in my homestead. That is the place I normally use for cooking, hanging clothes, and bathing, and everything that you need in the village. That is the area that we mostly use. So I'm digging a small hole and then I'll direct the water to this avocado. The water will be retained there as life goes on. You have to be wise in the village. You have to be very, very wise and have solutions for anything you see that it is distracting your peace of mind. So you have to have a solution. For me, that was what is giving me a lot of a discouragement, because whenever it rains, it carries all the soil to my flowers, which I've planted in the backyard, and I have to remove the soil each and every day whenever it rains. So instead of removing the soil each and every day, it's good I dig a furrow and then direct water around that avocado tree. And around that place, I'm neighbored by some tenants. We are not in the interiors of Kembu, we are around town, and most people live around here, the tenants. So we have rentals at the backyard. So sometimes I need to have a good relationship with them. That's why mostly I removed the bananas which were around that place. They were distracting the tenants. Their leaves were growing so big up to where they were hanging the clothes. And they told me about it, and that's the main reason we removed those bananas, and it is still safe for us. And the kiapo around here, it is not healthy. Don't know if it is because of the blocks or what is it, but at least our neighbors have saved us with that fencing. They are fenced with a block. So I'm going to know how I'll make the kihapo to grow so big, though it is accompanied by a fence, a barbed wire. So we are safe. So that is how the furrow turned out, and I'm really happy. If it rains today, that water it will not run and the road will up to where my flowers are. That's where I've directed the water to that avocado tree and the other tree. For now, let the water be retained there. And today I had another work. I have a certain tire, and in the village, guys, you have to know how you are going to deal with your problems. Like for me, once in a while I do burn a tire to scare away snakes and any reptile which could be around my home. So that is a tactic that I learned from my mother. My parents used to do that. So I do light some fire once in a while to chase away snakes which could be around. It is normal for snakes to be around home in the village, and so that's how I deal with that problem of the snake. So that is I had already burnt the tire the other day, so today I also decided to burn it again. And its smoke, it's the one which chases the snakes away. And today I received an order from someone, the market, and one of my subscribers, one of you guys. So I was choosing on avocados which are good. You know, when you are selling, you have to choose the best for the customer to return to your place again. So I was trying to choose the ones which are good, and the rest I do consume them at home. And that is my porridge. Decided to have a cup of porridge. It is your girl there, guys, enjoying the evening breeze and having a cup of porridge. That's why I usually tell you guys I never lack the porridge flour. It boosts my life in the village. Let me say that, because in the evening I do take 1 or 2 cups of porridge as I relax there outside and watch the environment, enjoying the breeze. And I never get to have thoughts of anything but my farm, my life in the village. I'm going to survive. That's what everyone in the world will think in time they are in the village or any other place in the world. Later in the evening, after taking a shower, I decided to do a delivery of the avocados to one of my customers. And I do put them in a sack for my comfortability when carrying them. I choose the ones which are not ripe yet so that they don't smash. And guys, as I told you guys, I do sell avocados. You can place your order and I'll do some delivery. And if you're not around Embu, they can be carried by a matatu to your place. This is me choosing the best for my customer. Then I'll take them to the market where I'm going to sell them to one of my customers. That's how I carry my luggage. You know, you love to know how to deal with your problem. Heading to go and shop money. You have to know, have some ways of having and some money. And I was a bit hurried to go and deliver. So guys, please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Like my videos after watching them. And if you have a comment, you can comment. And if you have an order of the avocados, please order them. They are in plenty. Bye bye guys for today.